My name is Captain Olimar. While traveling through space, my ship was struck by a meteor. I must have blacked out, and I awoke on the surface of a weird planet. With so many parts lost, the skeletal hull of my beloved dolphin is a painful sight. The engine is gone. I'm stranded. To make matters worse, my atmospheric sensors indicate the planet's environment contains high levels of poisonous oxygen. My life support systems can function for only 30 days. If I can't repair the dolphin by then, no, better not think about it. I must find the missing ship parts. Hey everyone, Lightning Spirit 78 here, and welcome to the start of my brand new Let's Play, a Let's Play of Pikmin! But why is it called Pikmin, you ask? Well, let's talk to this gigantic thing in the ground. And maybe we'll find out. A strange thing has appeared before me. I'd barely begun my search of it when it reared up as if it were waiting for me. It then dropped a single seed. What is it? Is it alive? Is it a machine? It resembles a vegetable on my home planet that we call an onion. I shall call this an onion too. So a giant machine pops out of the ground that looks like a plant and we'll just automatically call it an onion. And I hope he's not referring to onions that you find on Earth, because that thing really doesn't look like an onion to me. Anyway, what is this? It is sprouted. The seed that the onion dropped took root in the soil and has now produced an adorable little sprout. The sprout emits a strange light, and it sways back and forth without benefit of wind. I cannot help but think it is calling to me. I am compelled. I must approach it and press A. Yeah, because whenever I see a plant sticking out of the ground, I totally just pluck it out by pressing A. Anyway! Meet the Pikmin. Aren't they cute? Well, isn't he cute, I guess. Extraordinary! When I plucked the sprout, it turned into a living creature, not a plant. Picking it has done no visible damage. It just stands there, staring at me. Its shape is similar to the Pick brand carrots I love so much. I believe I shall call it a Pikmin. Here I am, stranded on a toxic planet, fighting to survive, and yet I'm intrigued. I must research this fascinating creature. I shall try to grab it with A, then throw it in the direction I point. And I will call it to my side with B. Perhaps it will react to C, and pressing down on the control pad while pointing as well. That's totally not breaking the fourth wall whatsoever. And basically this also tells you how to rotate the camera. You use Z to rotate it behind Olimar, left and right to zoom, up to change perspective. I must survive. I need to familiarize myself with these controls and my surroundings. Okay, so basically just a little bit of a recap there, as I try to fix the controls. Basically a little bit of a recap. This is Captain Olimar, whose ship was struck by a meteor, crash-landed here on this strange, weird planet. Also, I should mention that the ship was called the Dolphin, I believe it was. And, the Dolphin, I believe, is actually the code name for the GameCube, which this game was originally on. This game came out back in 2001, very shortly after the GameCube's release, but I am playing the new Play Control version, which was released in 2009. Basically, as a remake on the Wii for better control, I suppose. Anyway, what we just did there, I threw my Pikmin onto that flower, it attacked it. It dropped a pellet, and then that red pellet was brought to the onion. But what did it do after that? Well, let's see. Astonishing. The onion has sown more seeds. The small red pellet the Pikmin harvested after cutting down a flower appears to be some sort of food that can propagate more Pikmin. The onion seems to be sort of an incubator. Needless to say, I must study this strange life form more. Yeah, pretty much to grow more Pikmin, which, yeah, I really thought we were gonna find all of those ship parts with just one Pikmin. Yeah, right. To find more Pikmin, you want to collect pellet posy, or collect pellets from those little pellet posies. That's what those enemies are called. Yes, they're actually enemies. I guess anything with health is actually classified as an enemy. And once you find a pellet, you want to have your Pikmin bring it back to its onion. I should mention that pellets come in different colors, because there are more types of Pikmin in this game. than just the red ones. You'll see what I mean later. But if you bring a pellet back to the onion of its corresponding color, it'll actually double the amount of Pikmin that it says it will give on the pellet. Like, see, that was a 1 pellet, but it actually gave us 2 Pikmin. So, and that's because it was a red pellet. Now, if you bring a pellet to an onion that doesn't correspond to its color, you get half the amount that you would. And unless it's a number like 5 or 1, in which they just kind of give you the 1 anyway, or they round it up to 3. Anyway, besides that, this is a pretty fun game. It's one of my favorites. I do enjoy the Pikmin series quite a bit. It's a real-time strategy game, which I don't believe I've ever LP'd on my channel. I've never really LP'd a real-time strategy game. I knew there was a pellet up there. But yeah, right now we just want to... What the? Okay, there we go. Right now we just want to collect all the pellets around here and grow our Pikmin army. Alright, so... I should also mention that when you hold down on the control stick, you can move the Pikmin like this. They just move whichever direction you're pointing. So I want them to carry this pellet posy, so I'm just going to point at it and hold down the button. So. I should also mention that sometimes you'll see, you see that number there? It says 5 out of 6. That tells you how many Pikmin are actually needed to carry that object. In this case, 5 Pikmin were needed to carry this 5 pellet. However, we have 6 on it, so yeah. Not that big of a deal. 9. Now, we could go over here and move this box, but as you see, we don't have 10 Pikmin in our party right now, and we need 10 Pikmin to move the box. So, that's why we've been trying to collect all the pellets and stuff. Right, so come here. It should also be worth noting that if you basically press A... Oh, I didn't want to do that. Come back here, little Pikmin! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw you. If you press A rapidly while there's more than 1 sprout in the ground, Olimar will go to the sprout directly. Anyway, let's have these Pikmin basically push this box. Every millimeter of this we need to see. We must see them push the box every last millimeter. Anyway, the Pikmin are as curious as children. They form groups to perform tasks that would be impossible for an individual. A glimmer of hope has begun to shine in my heart. If I can make use of their skills, perhaps I can fix my ship. I shall sum up what I've learned. Okay, yeah, don't need the controls again. I basically told you guys what to do about that. Anyway, if you come over here, it's a ship part. Amazing! There's no mistaking it. My ship's engine rests before my very eyes. By stroke of pure luck, or just game convenience, because the programmers would have had to put that there, otherwise it would have been Nintendo logic. I mean, how would the ship fly away? Anyway, by the stroke of pure luck, I have already stumbled upon the most important piece of my damaged craft. Fate has smiled upon me, but how will I get it back to the Dolphin? If you look here, this ship part requires 20 Pikmin. We only have 14. But if we go all the way up here... Come on, guys, don't fall down. We got more pellets! The most Pikmin that you can just sprout on this day is 25. It's really not that hard to get all 25 of them. So I will be doing just that. You guys want to help maybe move that a bit quicker? Oh, nobody's gonna help this poor little guy that's moving to 1 pellet all on his own. Right, here, how about you help him? You're not doing anything. There you go, little guy. I should probably mention, real quick before I forget, how this project will be updated and basically how it's going to work. Basically you have the 30 days, like they said, to collect all the ship parts. There are 30 ship parts as well, scattered throughout about 5 areas throughout the game. Now, you don't need all 30 days to find all 30 of these ship parts, and you don't need to find all 30. You only need the required 25. However, I'm still going for all 30 because that's just what I do in every one of my playthroughs. And it's really not that difficult to get all 30 of them. Oh, what's this? Basically, this is just telling you about the repeatedly tapping A when there's more than 1 Pikmin in the ground. Also, I've noticed when I add Pikmin to my group, they become filled with excitement and flushed with bright color. At other times, they revert to a paler hue and give off a dim glow. Paying close attention to these differences, is bound to help me distinguish between Pikmin. Basically, that tells you whether a Pikmin is in your party or not. Like, see, we have 17 of these guys in our party right now. But if I were to disperse them by pressing down C, they would not be with me at the moment, and they would just kind of have a dim hue to them. Basically, case in point. Disperse! See, now they're all dim, and yeah, and I can just walk away without them. And then you just call them back. Simple as that. But now that we have all 25 of our Pikmin, I say it's time to go get our engine. So just swarm the engine piece, and they will carry it back to the ship. How these guys are so smart upon just being born about 5 minutes ago, it beats me. I don't get it either. Wait a minute. Wait, where's one of our Pikmin? Oh. Now, basically, it's worth mentioning that, like I said, you don't need all 30 days to do this, and actually my best record was getting all 30 parts in about 15 days. It's actually possible to beat this game, I believe, 100% in 9 days, but that's basically speedrunning territory, and I'm not even gonna go there. Not even. This project, however, will be uploaded basically every day, unless something comes up, and each Pikmin day will also be one video. So basically, this day will be one video, tomorrow will be one video. And it'll pretty much just go on from there until the project's complete. But anyway, enough about that. Happy music means we sort of fixed the ship. I don't know, I'd be kind of afraid of flying that. Or even, like, try to move in that at all. Oh, glorious, with the help of these Pikmin, I've taken a huge step back towards home. My ship can once again lift off. The glimmer of hope is beginning to burn more brightly. But what has become of the remaining parts? That search starts tomorrow. And immediately, the Pikmin go back to their onion, and you go back to your ship for the night. That's one mechanic, is that you have basically the entire day until nightfall to collect these ship parts. Once it becomes nightfall, you gotta go back to your ship immediately to avoid dangerous predators and stuff that exist on this planet. What are these dangerous predators? Well, we'll find out tomorrow. And as you can see, the onion lifts off with you. It's kinda cute. One day since impact. I've somehow managed to launch the dolphin, but I was surprised to see the onion lift off with me. Perhaps the Pikmin cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface. Or have they merely decided to join me for other reasons? Either way, it seems they will help me again tomorrow. The dolphin is missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to my family on planet Hocotate. And now as this shows, life support systems will function for only 29 more days. How can I repair my dolphin in such a short time? A dense forest is visible on the surface below. As it holds the keys to my survival, I'll name it the Forest of Hope. I'll explore it tomorrow. And basically at the end of the day, you get shown a little line graph that shows how many Pikmin survived, how many Pikmin were lost in battle, how many were left behind. Losing Pikmin in battle, you can only lose them to natural causes like enemies or environmental hazards. Leaving them behind, however, basically means that they weren't in your group or party or whatever you want to call it, or they weren't at base by the time sundown appeared. But since there was nothing like that today, it was pretty much a very easy day. I don't think it's even possible to lose Pikmin. We sprouted all 25. And that's basically going to be it for this first day, guys. So, on the next episode, we will head on over to the Forest of Hope and see how many ship parts we can get from there on day 2. So, Slaney Spirit 78 signing out. Hope you enjoyed, and I will have more Pikmin coming at you soon. Take care, everyone. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. It's basically to, strengthen our Pikmin. Oh, no! You found nectar but ate it. Okay, well, this little guy's a good example of what'll happen. In this game, you ate the nectar too! Yeah, pretty much you want more than just a single Pikmin to eat nectar and get strengthened.